Astra Abyssosk. What can I do for you, traveler? Ah, yes. I've heard that you've already made arrangements with the captain of the Crux fleet regarding your passage to Inazuma. Is that correct? Now that I think about it, it's been quite some time since I last visited those lands. Unfortunately, I don't have any current intel that would be worth sharing with you.
There you are. You're the traveler that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right? The fleet is nearly completed reprovisioning. Once the crews have taken a head count, we can get underway. Captain Beidou sent me to come get you. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're aboard.
Seems Beidou is the captain of her word.
Of course! There are many things that the captain insists upon. I'm sure you'll see for yourself once you're on board.
So you'll be heading off then? I suppose congratulations are in order. Whether the journey before you leads to the heights of the heavens or the depths of the abyss, each step you take is another achievement. Until we meet again, Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Oh, it's kinda hard to say goodbye.
Well, if that's how you feel, why not come and find me when you arrive? I'll be awaiting you on Narukami Island.
So there's another Catherine in Inazuma? See?
Well, I guess it's time for you to bid farewell to Liyue Harbor. Now that I've delivered my message, I'll be heading back. The ship is currently anchored off of Guyun Stone Forest.
Okay, thanks for coming all this way to let us know.
Just following orders. I'll see you two aboard the Alcor. Rise!
Time to set sail!
Ah, you finally made it. All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. If it were anyone else, I might have set sail already. Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on time. The crew have just finished making final preparations. Well, now that everyone's here, we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest. The nation of eternity.
Anchors away!
Ahoy there.
Boats are...
So, you finally made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say, honored guests.
Shush!
You can blame your almighty shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been growing all the more fierce lately. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've gotten to know recently.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. Seems even the stormy seas can't keep rumors of these Outlanders' sterling deeds at bay.
Oh, it's...
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer around these parts. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on you, I'll be sure to deal with him personally the next time I'm around.
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here. I do have a wanted fugitive on board after all.
Oh, right! Kazuha!
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
Fair seas, Captain Beto!
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border checkpoint.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the down low. Are we just gonna walk into the government's hands?
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku Decree. You wouldn't be able to avoid inspection even if you tried. So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Hello? Please state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. Oh, except you, Toma. You must be new here.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me? Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are carrying with you. Oh, well, I'm sorry. We cannot approve entry for purely personal reasons. So, unless you have a valid reason for visiting... My apologies, but I'll have to ask...
Here are their entry papers, for your kind perusal.
What? Ugh, take your time. No rush or anything.
I just wanted to see what...
I see. Okay. Your papers are all in order. Welcome to read...
So...
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito, there's a process you have to go through with them.
Sheesh.
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, people from everywhere else are referred to as outsiders. As the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma with the Sakoku Decree in force. Not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. I like how you think. I've got a feeling we're going to get along very well. Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affairs Agency. Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
The Kanjo Commission?
From here onward, you're under the
Yes,
jurisdiction
one
of the
branch of the
Kanjo
Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth. You really haven't heard of it before?
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you want to apply for residency? Both of you?
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million.
2 million? For a
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math.
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of—
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to 400,000 mora total.
Thank you, but as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you to dinner too.
That's not how you haggle!
All right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make a record.
Much obliged.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here!
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. A processing fee is just a figure of speech. The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money, so it becomes a question of how much they can make. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for residency...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth!
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy. Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this close nation era, there's very little that can be done about it. The most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came about.
So it's a trade association built by and for Outlanders?
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides help, support, and structure for Outlanders trying to survive on Rito. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement when you're an Outlander in Inazuma.
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that you are Outlanders, it's certainly a lofty aspiration. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life gazes up in awe. Huh. I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after lunch?
Uh-huh. And is that likely?
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun.
Really? What?
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, before we get there, connections come at a high price. No. In this instance, when I say price, I'm not talking about mora. In fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve some of their problems first. I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep everyone indebted to you.
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Never mind. Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are constantly... Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. See if there's any way you can help. The head of the association is called Caricio, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him.
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. The Outlander Affairs Agency took you for all you're worth, I suppose. Good. That's a relief.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties lately. Is that true?
Yes. Left, right, and center. Obstacles at every turn. But that's nothing new for us.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone who wants to come here from overseas.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of activity, but in and of itself, it doesn't stop us from being able to enjoy a comfortable existence. No. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants dry is those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, of the 3 commissions, that's the one that oversees everything on Rito, isn't it?
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate. Unbelievable. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay our taxes. It used to be Mora, but now it's something called Crystal Marrow.
Crystal Marrow?
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either, until the new decree came along. Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya in his youth. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this crystal. But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising demand for crystal marrow drove the price higher and higher. Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. We can't get a hold of it anywhere else.
Isn't that what the...
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but to buy from them because the tax decree forces us to. It's a vicious cycle, the consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. And once that happens... We've tried communicating with the Commission directly, but this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will... Fontaine, my dear homeland. I miss you an awful...
Sounds awful. What do you think we should do?
That vendor... I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped contacting us. I have no idea... Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association, and you're new to Rito, he may just let his guard down. If I remember correctly, are you...
Got it! We're on...
Huh? I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals? So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. Trade secret. Got it? You know what...
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on. They're wasting their time.
Hey, what's your...
Get out of here. Go on.
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea.
That was...
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
Oh? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a Oh, that guy? He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he collect on the beach just to get by. I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after...
Huh. You're saying...
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading between Leah and Inazuma. When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of outlanders that ended up stranded on Rito. The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the association members found it increasingly difficult to make ends meet.
So he left the association and turned his back on them.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount of gratitude and warmth left in them somewhere.
Really? Is that...
Well then, it sounds like...
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking about... Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back. Oh, my hometown. The home of freedom. So, huh? What is this?
Just close your eyes already!
You mean the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants. Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern right.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that...
Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it. You mean the folks from the inner... Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them?
well...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. So, I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do it. All right, I'll tell you the whole story.
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. So come on, get...
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru, Keijiro and his companions. They start by overtaxing the merchants. Then, once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to...
It's plain evil gouging...
I'm their puppet, yes. But my evidence... You're right. Without conclusive evidence, he will never admit it. Now that I think about it, Whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always heads to the same place. It's always made me suspicious. As it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago. I can show you where he went if you...
Really?
Keijiro! It's him!
After him! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
How boring.
Many Outlanders are having trouble. Feel free to visit the International Trade Association. Sorry. I need to think about it.
Love for freedom.
If you want to taste Mondstadt's great wines, then look no further than Sailing Green!
Ah,
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
Should I close early?
now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line. What was that sound?
Quiet! Don't let him find us!
Must be hearing things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little. Huh? Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we'd made less noise.
Keijiro!
After him!
Sorry. I need to think about it.
Should I close for freedom? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work. Should I close early?
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line.
He's getting further and further away!
What was that sound?
Quiet! Don't let him find us!
Must be hearing things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little. Huh? Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we'd made less noise.
Keijiro!
After him!
Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
I'm not used to it at all.
Should I choose?
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage. Should I close?
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Customers? Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
He's getting further and further.
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line.
He's getting further and further away.
What was that sound?
He's getting further and further away. Let's catch up a little. He's getting further and further away. Let's catch up a little. Huh? Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we made less noise.
It's not like I'll get any.
Keijiro!
After him!
Love or freedom? Which one should I choose? Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
Come out, I can see you. Who are you? And why are you following me?
Uh-oh! Seems like he's noticed us.
Keijiro!
After him! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little!
Sorry. I need to think about it.
Ores and jewelry from Liyue. You can't find a better deal anywhere else.
If you want to taste Mondstadt's great wines, then look no further than Sailing Breeze!
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little! If you want to taste Mondstadt's great wines, then look no further than...
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line. What was that sound?
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little!
Looking for something special?
Huh? Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we made less noise.
Keijiro!
After him!
Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers. Love or freedom?
I need to think about
Which one should I choose?
If you want to taste Mondstadt's great wines, then look no further than Sailing Breeze.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the the better thanks to your generous pay.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little. Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! He's getting further and further away!
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line.
He's getting further and further away!
What was that sound?
Huh? Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we'd made less noise.
Keijiro!
After him!
Should I close early? Sorry. Oh, it's not like I'm getting customers. Which one should I choose?
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line.
He's getting further and further away!
What was that sound?
Huh? Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we'd made...
Should I close early?
Sorry.
It's not like I'll get
Keijiro!
After him! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
Enjoy the blessing of Lord Kusanali.
If you want to taste Mondstadt, great
Keijiro!
After him!
Sorry. I need to think about it.
Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers. For freedom. Which one should I choose?
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line.
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
Close early? Which one should I choose? It's not like I'll get any customers.
He's getting...
What was that sound?
Shh! Quiet! Don't let him find us!
Must be hearing things. Ah, drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
What could he be doing at a place like...
It looked like he buried something over...
let me take a look here. Aha, yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete record of every single transaction, each one proof of his guilt.
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence. Huh? You...
I need a little more time.
Huh. Poor Werner.
But we really don't have anything left. If this...
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you?
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're...
Huh? Is this true?
You've been swindling us!
Well,
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at that? Every payment the Association has made is right here in your personal ledger. So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do.
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite...
Word has it that Samurai and the Commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm sure Commission members won't blame you once word gets out.
Huh? Is that a threat?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an illustrious gentleman such as yourself were to have their reputation tarnished.
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest we do about it?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession. Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could finally have some more breathing room.
Is that it?
Oh, do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow?
And not even an answer.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my losses?
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck...
I'm sick of being pushed around like this.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just now?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to lend them a helping hand, but they're...
A helping hand? The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth. I assure you that Hirage Shinsuke will hear of this.
Oh, and you dare to utter the Commissioner's name. You Outlanders have no respect. Seize the merchants. We will
Uh-oh.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this?
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right mind?
You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro Commission may be, you have no business meddling in Rito's affairs.
Of course not, of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young lady of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would you?
That fan, the Shirasagi Himegimi. I don't need any trouble with her. Okay, let's forget all this. It'll give us one less thing to worry about.
But, Chief!
Enough! We're leaving.
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is well and truly burned then.
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship with the Kanjo Commission had to suffer for our sake.
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's anyone you should be thanking, it's the Traveler. He's the one who found a way to turn things around. If nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru...
Paula?
Shh, shh, not here. Too many people listening. Corruption seems rife in the Kanjo Commission. They truly are. All right, time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Straight to the point. Let me reintroduce. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island. I'm an attendant of the Shirasagi Himegimi.
You've been keeping your... So, the Yashiro Commission. Guessing that's another branch of the Tri-Commission?
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'd go into more detail on what exactly that covers, but I'm not even sure myself. I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato Ayaka, also known as the Shirasagi Himegimi.
Seems like she must be super famous.
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified, and kind-hearted, too. The people of Inazuma quite adore Miss Kamisato. Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato, despite the fact that he's the current head of the clan. I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's situation certainly seems to attest to that. Take me, for example. I'm just an attendant, and yet she treats me as an equal, as she would a friend. You're asking the right questions, and to be honest, I don't want to keep you in the dark any more than is necessary. Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of relationships on the island, and I got to know Captain Beto during that time too.
Still pretty good going for just a month.
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery, but the main thing was I had to make sure I'd be in time to receive you when you arrived. Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from hearing about your feats in Mondstadt and Liyue. So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, she began looking forward to your arrival with great anticipation. She's excited, that is, that you have what it takes to change the tide of the times.
Change the tide of...
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the way to turn the situation around, navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. It's just what Miss Kamisato, with your help, even the Vision Hunt decree... That's an unexpected development. Perhaps... Yes, of course. I completely understand and as agreed.
Toma...
Well, my work on Rito is done. So I suppose... Oh, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. When you get to Narukami Island, you can find me at the Komori Tea House, as per the letter. Good luck with everything. See you soon.
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? We should... Huh? What's up? Oh, right! Paimon forgot all about that! Wait, so... did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! Nope! As soon as we get off Ritu, Paimon's going straight... Well, guess we should...
You can't find a better deal.
What's happening?
Take this! Yeah. 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 Lightning flash!
Stop there. Present your
Sorry, but we really gotta get to...
If you don't have a travel permit...
Traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of Rito? Are you saying we should go and... Guess it can't hurt to try. Who knows? Maybe he's our big...
Halt! This is the Kanjo Commissioner's office.
We're here to see...
The Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains Outlanders. Leave now or we'll be forced...
Ah, wait.
Oh, Commissioner!
These two are honored guests from afar. No need to give them the usual Come on in. Let's see what we can do for you.
Huh! Did you get...
My sincere...
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo Commissioner and head of the Hiragi clan. It's an...
Nice to meet you. So, the reason we wanted to come...
All right, all in good time. Two travelers renowned far and wide have shown up to see me, and I should very much like to make their acquaintance.
So what you're saying...
Absolutely. How many other people in the world have what it takes to knock the wind out of Storm Terror's sails and put the Overlord of the Vortex...
Exactly!
And I hear you also foiled a Fatui plot in Liyue.
Whoa, you heard about that... Something wrong...
No. I'm simply awestruck by you both is all. Rito is greatly honored to have you. One other thing I heard about you is your great zeal for helping other people. This makes me wonder whether you might be so kind as to render yours...
Oh, sure, no problem. Whatever you need, right?
Excellent. You must know the Genshin. A flower grows...
Yep, we've picked a few of those before.
Yes, bring me 300...
Did Paimon hear that wrong?
Too much. Then how about this? We have a few items that need delivering.
That sounds much...
709.
Hey, what?
Terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
What sort of an explanation is that? Traveler, what are we going to do? Should we really help this guy?
That's the spirit. Don't...
You're seriously considering taking this job? The terms are ridiculous!
Halt, you two!
Huh?
Miss Hiragi has a letter for you. She insists that you read it immediately.
A letter? Quick! Let Paimon see! So this means she wants you to secretly meet her at night. But you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's going on? Huh? Have you been...
You finally arrived. Allow me to introduce myself. This is technically the second time we have met. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Wow. She's the daughter of the Hiragi clan, all right.
No need to be so formal. I've long marveled at your accomplishments.
Is it Paimon or does something...
The reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is... well...
Discuss what?
I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
Like father, like daughter.
No, you misunderstand me. I was hoping that you could deliver a letter to Narukami Island in my stead. It is to be given to Kujo Kamaji of the Tenryou Commission. My father has always forbidden me from communicating with him. He knows that there are prospects for my marriage that would better serve him politically. But there is no one who would dare defy my father's will on Rito, but you are Outlanders. Outlanders seeking to get to Narukami Island. It would be regrettable to let such an opportunity pass.
Ah, Paimon gets the whole...
Of course, in doing so, I will also do everything in my power to help you leave Rito. To be perfectly honest, as long as you remain in Inazuma, my father will have no intention of letting you leave Rito.
Yeah, we figured as much. It was pretty obvious he was just trying to hold us up here.
I secretly overheard a conversation between my father and a very arrogant-sounding woman They seemed to be discussing how to keep you here on Rito. In fact, it was the first time I had ever heard my father speak so... We don't have much time. I'll tell you my plans to help you. Very well. I'll be waiting for you at the border. I'm counting on you to deliver my letter. Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to Watatsumi Island?
My lady, this is an unexpected honor. You are correct. These goods have been repeatedly requested by the Kanjo Commissioner.
Is there something wrong?
No, as you were. My father simply has some concerns of the shipment's safety, and has ordered that myself and an additional qualified escort be dispatched.
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort the shipment personally, are you? There's certainly no need for you to trouble yourself with such a matter. And as for this qualified escort...
Please, do not cause us any further delay. If memory serves me right, my father has already asserted that this shipment must arrive on time. I'm certain punishment will...
Yes, of course, my lady.
Now, need I remind... Do you really presume that you...
Boy, Giuseppe...
Yes, my lady. Very well then.
Shinojo, you can't...
Well, the request is from Lady Hiragi herself. It is our duty to...
Yes, but that's...
Well then, if we're through here...
Yes, my lady. You heard her?
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as we'll handle it!
I will have order.
Such a pain.
Let's get down to business.
Time for
Retribution! Monster sighted. Prepare to counterattack.
Protect Lady Hiraki at all costs.
We'll take care of this! Stay with Chisato!
Drive.
Solidify. Take this! Watch out! More monsters inbound.
Lady Hiraki, stay close.
Light blade. There's more! I will have order. Gather! Verdict is...
We can take refuge in the village up ahead. How are you faring, my lady?
I'm perfectly all right. You may stop here. The road to Narukami Island... In my letter, I've requested Kamaji to grant you a special travel permit from the Tenryou Commission. Consider it a token of my appreciation.
My lady.
So that's how it is. I had a feeling something was amiss, but Shinojo, you...
No, Lady Hiragi would never hide anything from us. I'm sure of it. But who is the...
I'm not afraid to say that he's the one I love.
The one you love?
Shinojo, did you honestly think...
What? No, I was just...
You two needn't worry. Please, forget that this ever happened. If my father catches word of it, I alone will be held accountable.
Yes, of course.
But what will happen if your actions here are discovered, Chisato?
Don't fret. My father has always been one to spoil me. The worst he'd do is sentence me to half a day without food, or something to that effect.
Huh. Paimon never suspected a guy like him could have a soft side.
I wish you a safe journey. I'm sure we will meet again.
Bye, Chisato!
Come now. Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
Oh.
We're finally on our own way again. I suppose it's time we find Toma. Now, where did he say he would meet us again? Oh, right! Komori Tea House!
Lightning flash! Solidify! Quake! Take this!
save Gonda village.
Lightning flash!
I got careless. Gather! That tingle?
Take this! Following thunder!
I got careless.
Dodge this! Here!
That tingle? That tingle?
Ha! Ha!
Rise! Stabilize! Order guide you. Gather! Time for retribution!
Feel my blade! You know a thing or two. To the very...
I don't need an umbrella, but you can use one if you need.
Lightning flash!
To move! Stabilize!
Go.
Verdict is...
Lightning flash!
Burn! Solidify! This is order! Crumble! Quake! Rise!
Listen, as long as you stick to your own path, it doesn't matter what Mother Nature throws at you.
Please speak to President Sung.
Welcome to
I'm
Fun
just a
Time Detective Agency. What will you have me solve?
Please speak to President Sung. I'm just a helper.
Okay, okay.
to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public.
Wait!
Well then, you must be a couple...
Are our clothes really so... what Paimon mean?
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Toma. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that sounds... Well, now that we're here... Paimon doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot his promise?
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form? Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue?
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
All right. I've had my fun.
Hey! You're this close to...
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long. So I came up with this little fun greeting for when you arrived. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test you went through earlier. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alone.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting all serious now.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning, haven't you? Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the lightning struck... so his light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission is located. But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see it from practically any...
What delicious tea.
Sure feels gloomy. People probably don't come here often. Huh? Paimon's eyes playing tricks?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt decree are put into the statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first. As for Inazuma, it's known as the nation. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing it for all time.
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryou Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this statue. And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being, oh, I don't know, selfish?
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day it was announced.
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like...
Sound? What sound?
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then...
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain... That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition. So if what you just said is... then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Good. On.
Stabilize!
One after another. Rise.
Thunderclap! Take this! Yeah!
I shall protect the lady.
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Welcome, at last, to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So,
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. And Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds. Given the contact we are required to have with them in the a commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said.
No, please, wait! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met...
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world. Does Paimon got that right?
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will...
I'm sure you'll...
Why are you doing this? Why?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please.
That must be the guy Ayaka...
Ah, you must also be... Tejima has protected this place, keeping out the treasure hoarders. But now, all of a sudden, we will gladly
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Tejima had done... I can't claim to... Truth be told, we aren't sure whether
Seems like he's a well... You must be Tejima. So what...
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay. True, but that's not... And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember anymore. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now.
Okay. Well, in that case... But if you can't Oh! Maybe if you just try a little...
Oh, that reminds me.
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes! Yes, you do!
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving...
If you don't mind, we...
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him, I went kite flying. Seems like... Huh? I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. Now that's the kind of info... So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Look, but anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his... Here we are! The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Must be something pretty amazing if it made him It looks like a letter. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the reason Tejima came here, but he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go give...
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have... Still, it's clear that I was waiting for... Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her. And just... How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything I felt. No, after all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream. I think... Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for... When I think about it like that, how curious. I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. That certainly explains this. At least we were able to... According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission. They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We heard the commotion and came to see what...
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and in the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses. He's keeping the provisions for himself.
No one seems to care about us. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the...
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. Maybe we should talk to Kur...
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. My own family can barely get by as it is. No, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to it. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the vision hunt.
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the detail. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't and
Does it have to do with the missing
I didn't take it. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. Which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by If you don't believe me, go find the treasure.
But we better confirm. We should be able to follow their track.
Let the wind lead.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and
You demand, Bob.
These seem like the treasure hoarders.
This? Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that. Come on, boss.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see in...
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal?
You've got a deal. Now...
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here, but I...
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to... As for you guys, you're for...
Yes. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's...
Welcome to Tsukumomo. Or perhaps there's something you want. Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it. Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
So that's how he was getting those. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa, and no one ever appreciated.
People's attitudes will always reflect their. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not. If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him? I see. That most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll.
Sword? What?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Oh, but before you go.
But you.
Information is. Don't worry. I won't charge much for.
At least we now know where the. Let's go talk to what are you doing here all by yourself?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put... But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so. This sword was once wielded. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father, what did he say? It would seem that I forgot many. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me, with this sword...
Hey! If you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hip. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two words seem to taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my great... But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision, and the very people I was so desperately trying to help. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do.
Yet another trouble. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems... Fortunately for us, let's go find the next port. third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be... Paimon heard that this is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people...
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end.
Maybe, but things have gotten dangerous before in the past.
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all.
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to,
Disciples?
Yep. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got...
From the way you're dressed, Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent... He once said that his goal was to become the best, and so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei in one of his fits of madness. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to him. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly it looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. Others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago. And he has been... Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the ritual has now begun. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch...
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? We won't let them get away with it!
you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker, unless... I guess it's been a few years.
Excuse me? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts?
Bad news? I'll have you know, I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am
His senior?
Anzai. Yes, because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated. When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable old practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal.
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride, and later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately, that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his master. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his... I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was... So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just... Okay, you've heard my story.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with...
What? You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not, and all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yai? Is that...
the head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news! Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive...
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady...
No, that's not what I meant at all. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine. Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui...
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out if...